What's up, everybody? This is Jerome Flood II, and today I'm going to be talking about how to practice with a metronome. And the key to practicing with a metronome is to practice with a metronome every single day, because you want to be able to become one with the metronome. You want to be so locked in that you forget the metronome is even there. You think that you're playing that, but you're not. So the first key of practicing to a metronome is just playing with the hi-hat. Every single note you hear with the metronome, you gotta match it. So I'm gonna start the BPM off on 120, and I'm just gonna simply hit every quarter note with the metronome on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, man. You gotta get locked with the metronome. One, 2, 3, and 4. That is it. You gotta get locked with the metronome. The next step to becoming locked with the metronome is add the snare. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, snare 4. 1, 2, snare 4. And you have to practice this every day. Anytime you practice, you should be practicing with a metronome. It's going to help you sound locked in, amazing, tight. You don't have to worry about people fussing or yelling at you about your timing, because your timing is impeccable. So now what we're going to do is play the metronome 120 BPMs with the hi-hat and the snare. 1, 2, snare 4. 1, 2, both 4. When I say both, that means hit the hi-hat and the snare. So 1, 2, both 4. Right, right, both right. Right, right, both right. Just like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, right, both right. Right, right, both right. Gotta stay locked. You have to stay locked. That is key. Staying locked with that metronome. You just have to keep practicing, man. Like every time you hear the note, if you hear yourself, slowing down, speed it back up. If you hear yourself going too fast, slow it down. Gotta have a happy medium. Happy medium, man. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is adding the kick to the metronome. So the first note you hit with the hi-hat, you gotta hit with the kick. So when I say both right, I mean kick and hi-hat first, right hand, and then hi-hat snare, and then right hand. So right, both, right, both, right, both, right. No, my bad. It's both right, both right, both right, both right, both right, both right. Just like that, okay? 120 BPM. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Both right, both right, both right, both right. That's it, man. That's how you practice to a metronome. You have to have a lot of patience. Don't worry about the tricks. Don't worry about the drum rolls. Don't worry about the fills. Don't worry about anything extra. Quarter notes, whole notes. You got to be able to lock in first. That is the most important part of playing with the metronome. Because you're going to do some gigs. You're going to have that metronome. And if you slip off that metronome on stage, everybody's going to look at you crazy. The artist is going to look at you crazy. Your co-workers, the musicians, the MD. If you're the MD, then you're going to get fired. But if you're working with an MD, they're going to look at you crazy. So you got to be locked. You got to always know where you are with that metronome. And once you get used to playing with the metronome and you take the metronome away, you're going to be so super locked. And people are going to say, man, you got the best timing ever. I don't know why these other drummers don't have the great timing like you, but you got the best timing. And you know why you got the best timing? That's because you were playing with the metronome. Okay, you practice with the metronome. The metronome is your friend. It's your friend. It's safe. It's so much safe to play with a metronome than it is to play without one, because you always know where you're supposed to be. Now, if you don't have a metronome, sometimes you won't know where you're supposed to be, or sometimes you'll throw the band off even though you were on. But if they have the metronome in their ears at the same time, nobody's getting thrown off, man. That's why I say the metronome is your friend. It's not here to hurt you. It's here to help you, man. It just wants to help. It just wants to help you a little bit. That's all, man. So once you get that, now I want to start talking about how to do, licks and stuff with the metronome. But first, we're just going to start off with basic paradiddles with the metronome. So this is going to help you just, keep timing with your licks, because some people have good timing, but then when they do their licks, it's just mumble jumbo, and then they get back to the one somehow. Practicing your rudiments with the metronome helps you be clean with all your licks. A lot of people say that I'm clean on the drums, and that's because I practice to a metronome and I practice my rudiments to a metronome. It's no fun just practicing your rudiments without a metronome. Like when you practice it to a metronome, you got that constant click in your ear, and then you can speed it up. So now you got a goal to reach. So we're just going to keep this lesson at 120. And I'm going to do, I'll start off with singles, doubles, the triples, single stroke fours, 5-stroke roll, 6, 7. I'll try to do as many as I can. But I'll just, for right now, I'll just do the singles, doubles, triples, and the paradiddles. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to turn this metronome on to 120 and play these paradiddles with you. But you just need to understand how important this metronome is. Like, it's not about the rudiment. It's about being clean. Okay, so here's the singles first. Those are the singles with the metronome, okay? It takes a lot of patience, like I said, but you have to do it. You got to do it if you want to be clean, man. It may sound boring, and It may feel boring. It may actually be boring, but a lot of the times the boring stuff is what gets you the results that you need. So now I'm going to do doubles. Those are the doubles. Now, I was literally really thinking about my timing while I was playing. I was like, man, could be just a pinch cleaner, just a pinch. And so I find myself just tightening up and locking in more and just trying to nail that metronome. Like, I just want to be so perfect on drums, man. There's some perfect drummers out there, man. And I just gotta be perfect, man. I have to be. This is just for me. This lesson is for me as much as it is for you. So gotta be locked. Now I'm gonna do the triples. It's gonna be a triplet feel too. So it'll be like like that. Man, I didn't personally like that. That was rough for me. It may sound clean to you, but now I know that I can tighten up on that and I'm locking in even more. So now I'm going to show you the paradiddles, and that will conclude this lesson on metronome. that was how to practice with a metronome. It's very efficient in your playing. You will be clean. You will be strong in your timing. You will have that mental ticking in your clock right there in your brain, man. I'm telling you, man. It's never going to leave. Once you practice with it so much, you're just automatically going to hear it no matter what you do. Like I did something fancy at the end. I was like, the metronome is still in my head right now. So, and plus, keep that left foot. I keep that. I don't really let anybody hear it, but I feel it. So that's also my metronome. Just in case there is no metronome and you feel like doing something fancy like that, that's your metronome as well. So that was my lesson on metronome, and I want you to take this and I want you to practice that every single day. You need to be practicing everything every single day, man, but especially this. This is most important. This will help you with gigs. This will help you with, just your timing and, just being a strong pocket player. You need a metronome. If you don't have one, you can download the Metronome app on your iPhone or on your Android, whichever one you have. It's called Metronome Pro. Check it out.